So Ramalingam, it's your cue, and you can introduce yourself and your company.
So thank you so much, Siddharth, for this opportunity. So guys, I head brand and communications at CoinDCX. CoinDCX is India's most trusted cryptocurrency exchange and liquidity aggregator. We are currently India's largest and safest exchange.
Great. So I think that's a great introduction, and so I'll set the context for the evening. In the next 40-50 minutes, we are going to talk about the business aspect of CoinDCX, and we are also going to discuss how Ramalingam and his team is putting their company ahead and getting ahead even in these circumstances. And lastly, we will talk about how the marketing sphere is changing and how as a company and as a team, they are adopting to it. So let's get started. And I think my first question, Rama, is going to be around the business aspect. So one thing that we are noticing is, and even I as an entrepreneur is noting, there are certain businesses for which it is the right time to grow. And I think your business is also suited for something like that. So I just wanted to get your opinion on this. And preferably with example from your company, that how certain businesses can actually leverage this opportunity.
Okay, sure. So it may seem a bit surprising, but growth levers are there to be tapped despite the scenario of the market, right? As a person, personally, I burnt my fingers in the last recession, 2009-10. I was a young guy who started his first business, and I realized I started it in a wrong way. And I'm personally not blaming the recession, but after so many years, I've realized there are certain things that if we do it correctly, it doesn't really matter. So let's look at some of the projects that were launched during that last recession period, right? Let's say examples like WhatsApp, Instagram, Uber, Slack. These were the ones who started during that period, and even in the past. General Electric, things like Electronic Arts, HP, they were all founded during this nascent, or were in their nascent stages during such a period. So what happens is we need to understand how we handle this business.
Right, absolutely. So I like a couple of examples that you gave. Number one is WhatsApp and Instagram, maybe. I think those were the companies which were founded in that time. And I still remember I was at that time I was back in college, and I think the tide was actually against a lot of businesses, and they still steered through it. I think that was the time when iPhone actually came into the market and App Store was building up. So people actually found opportunities, and I think this is the right time for many businesses to do it. And I hope CoinDCX turns out to be one of them. But yeah, my second follow-up question on this is going to be, so you gave a certain example of certain businesses that work. I wanted to know what are the major aspects that you as a business are focusing on right now? Not the marketing aspect, but the business aspects.
Sure. So as a business, during this period, and irrespective of this, more so in this period, we are focusing more on doing the basics right. See, as we are seeing a growth in the users joining us on a regular basis, we need to be doubly sure we're able to provide them the best service that they deserve, right? So our focus areas, if I want to put it, are primarily on 4 things: improving customer experience, providing education for them, building a safe and secure environment, and building a robust tech infrastructure. So instead of, as a business, what we are doing is we are spending a lot of money improving the product quality, okay, and improving the offering that we give. Now, right? If you can build the core of the product and provide a greater or a better product experience to our users, I think that is the right approach during this time.
Right, absolutely. And I can still relate with it, because even at Vaizle, in times like this, we are thinking of what are the activities that we can do. And I was discussing it with my CEO Nitin, and he came up with a simple answer to my questions. And he was the one thing that we cannot stop right now is building the product, because maybe marketing can stall, maybe sales can stall, but one thing that you cannot stall is getting the product ready, and that is something that you can actually do. You don't need the outer machinery to actually work. You don't need transportation to work for that. You can still sit at home and you can code and you can focus on building the product and increasing features, whatever your objectives are, but doing that. So I think I and many people in audience will be able to relate. But there's another thing that is going on in the market right now, and a lot of people are confused. A lot of people are saying positive, while a lot of people are saying negative things about it. So I recently did a post on LinkedIn that was around why this is the best time to spend on branding activities, and especially and take an example from Facebook ads. So why I did was, so there is a pattern across all distance channels right now because advertisers are coming down. So a lot of people are being encouraged to spend on ads because ultimately your cost per impression is really low. And and my analysis personally has been the reduction in CPM has been 30 to 80%, which practically means with, let's say, $1 you were reaching 1,000 people, now you are able to reach almost 1,500 people, or let's say 1,800 people. So a lot of people are discussing whether it's the right approach. I know by law, cryptocurrency cannot do advertising at many levels, but I think they can engage in branding activities in various ways. So my question was, do you think this time and which probably is going to for next few weeks is right for branding, or is it not a right time for engaging in branding activities?
So Siddharth, you know my answer, right? There is never a bad time to build your brand. I always believe in that because I always maintain this: a brand gets built even if you don't plan to. So take a call, right? Do you want others to build your brand, or do you want to build your own brand? Okay. Such times are more important for building brands because crisis generally is a very great filter, right? During challenging times, it is very easy to separate the wheat from the chaff, right? And if you miss now, it will be that much more difficult to come back. So if you are focusing on a brand building exercise, never a good time, never a better time. Okay. Having said that, it's also a good opportunity to build a strong brand. Okay. It's not all like I'm not trying to scare, but I'm trying to tell you that this is fabulous time. Okay. Because you yourself will be able to clearly differentiate as what you would want to do and improve your own narrative, right, around the brand aspect. Okay. What we have done in CoinDCX. Okay. At CoinDCX, we have been focusing on this. We have initiated various conversations around this, right? Because we are suddenly all given a gift of time. We are taking this opportunity to focus on certain things which will improve our brand over a long period of time. Okay. As we are a customer-driven product, okay, our products are getting driven through what the feedbacks mechanisms are coming in. Our efforts on user research has also increased with a focus primarily around the brand.
Right. So just as a takeaway, so from our audience, so I think one thing that I would again reiterate from Rama's words is that even if you're not doing anything, you are building your brand. So it's better to take charge of it. And I think this is a takeaway that you can certainly go back and start implementing in your company or for your clients, whoever they are. And I think this is the best time to take charge when people may be actually making assumptions about your brand in many ways. So
Definitely. So I would actually want to ask Siddharth this question, like your opinion on sectors of clients who would like to get digital marketing even in the crisis of pandemic. So what's your opinion on it? I'll just turn the table now.
Right, absolutely. So I think this is an important question because so I have my own digital marketing agency. If you guys don't know, so there we have kind of figured out which industries actually need it. I have clients who are actually recession proof even in these times. So one of the things I would say is online education in India, which is very popularly known as EdTech sector, education technology, where they are selling the courses online. I think that's a platform. It's a very huge market in India. People who are selling diet plans or online healthcare, I think again this is going to be amazing because you cannot go to hospitals anymore, at least not right now. So I think the second option is also great for you. But yeah, I think if you know these things, you might even want to create something around this, maybe your own company. Yeah, moving on, Ram. I think the follow-up question on that was, I wanted to rank 5 marketing activities, which I feel would be also very valuable for the audience. So starting on number 1 would be content marketing. The second is social media. Third is digital advertising. Fourth would be SEO and email marketing. So just wanted to rate it from best to, you can say, not best, but it can't be worst, of course. But what is the highest priority for you right now?
Okay, so at CoinDCX, content marketing is for sure. So I'll tell you how I also am doing it, right? So for me, this is a 1% of the business, 1% of the potential audience or global audience is into crypto, and almost 99% is not. Okay. With that thought in mind, if I'm looking at 99% coming to this 1%, they would require a lot of education. They would require a lot of content, right? So my order would be content, SEO, social media, obviously in the middle, say email marketing, and the last would be digital advertising, specific to CoinDCX.
Oh, nice. That's very interesting. So I think all those people who know or who can relate with CoinDCX business, I think you now know how to actually rate the activities right now or in general. This brings the event to end. I really enjoyed this event personally, and I'm really thankful to everyone who has been part of it. And I would also like to thank my teammate Ashma, who has been answering questions. And I think we are going to do this again sometime in next week. But this was absolutely fantastic. And Ram, it was amazing having you and getting to know everything from your own personal experiences. And I think there are a lot of takeaways that I personally am taking with me and the audience as well.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for having me. Frankly, I also got to learn a lot from you, and also from some interesting questions posted by the audience. And it's overall been an amazing experience. Thank you for actually hosting.
So thanks everyone, and let's see you on the other side.